turn their back to important numbers and, you know, the debt, and to people who are having a hard time with, you know, losing jobs, and how the economy really affects everybody. And that's what his point was, he was trying to get at. I mean, his bigger picture idea was really having equality, and not everybody having the unequal, you know, we have so much, these people have so little. He really wanted everybody to come up to the same level.
Yeah, he knew the great disparities in wealth are unhealthy for the economy as a whole.
Morning. Good.
Gonna be a hot one.
Oh yes, oh yes.
How much are your frogs?
Oh, 50 cents a piece.
I have a friend who has a frog fetish.
Yes, my daughter too.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes.
Like angels and kitties, cats.
I'm into strawberries.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's different.
My husband and I bought it new. I've been packing up because I think I'm going to lose it. Like I said, the plates went all along the walls. You can see the nail holes, so I have probably 400 or 500 plates. And I've sold them all, except for what's left. And every time someone buys one from here, I go move from another room so that it doesn't look as bare. My husband had passed away, and I was having a little trouble making the house payment. So I found that I could make, you know, cash advance and make my house payment. So that's why the credit cards got up there, because I was making $4,000 a month house payments, you know, which I couldn't afford. So I've got judgments against me. I've got liens on the house. I've got you know, my wages. So every time I check the mail, I'm looking for the foreclosure on the house. I had been a good customer, you know, for, you know, 20 years. And it just, you know, they just kept offering me more, and I just kept saying, okay, you know, if they think I can pay it back, maybe I can pay it back. You know, but then, you know, when you're paying 29% interest, you know, it's killing you. You know, even like they say, if you make your minimum payment for $1,000, it'll take you, what, 30 years to pay it off? You know, but you don't look at it that way until you get so behind that, you know, you can't. If I read the fine print, they were right. I did, you know, I did sign my life away. So it's really rough. And, you know, you never think you're going to be in this situation. You know, I'm 57 years old. I'm going to lose everything. What do you do?
Sean was considering it, but he had to have $600 to file for bankruptcy, and he was trying to save up money for that. And he said he didn't know how he got into credit card debt. You know, he's a smart kid, but he didn't know how to get in and how to get out. And he told me that he felt like he was a failure. And a week later, he hung himself.
She called me, and she had been laid off her part-time job, crying, wondering what she was going to do because she had bills to pay. And then that night that I had talked to her and told her we'd go over all this, I guess she had her bills all laid out on her dorm bed. And about 1 o'clock that morning, they said that she had hung herself in her dorm room. And no.
This is Sean. Nice smile.
Me too.
It was just a matter of
Interest and penalties.
interest and penalties from, I'd say, 10 to 15 up to about 47,000.
About 5 years' time. How can anybody get out of that?
I just feel like disappearing. I just don't want to, my existence wants to cease, you know, because it has spun off so many terrible things in our life.
Do you know that if all you continue to do is pay $600 and $900 a month on this debt, you will be dead before you are ever able to pay it off?
I think in a way I'm counting on that.
Hey, Joy, welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, what's up?
I know you don't advocate bankruptcy, but my husband is so depressed over our debt.
He's talking about bankruptcy?
Talking about suicide.
I've thought about killing myself, but my son killed himself, so I couldn't do it. So but yeah, you think, if I just don't stop at the stop sign, I couldn't do that to my kids. Because like I said, my son did it. I just couldn't put them through that, unless I could guarantee that they would think it was an accident, but you can't,
You review their procedures and policies, and you essentially agreed with them that this is true.
They have appropriate risk evaluation techniques in place. Yes, Senator.
I mean, maybe their kid was sick, or maybe they were running out of gas, and we provided, our clients or the credit card companies provided them with that emergency money that got them out of that situation. Well, when it comes time to pay that, you better pay that back. You know what I mean? I mean, they helped you out of the situation. Now, own up to the responsibility and do something about it.
There was a bankruptcy judge down in Virginia who said to the credit card companies, how much of what you're asking for from these families is principal and how much of it is interest that has been racked up? And the credit card companies hemmed and hawed and said they couldn't calculate it and so on. He said, okay, just tell me, over the 2 years, how much, if we take everything from 2 years ago as principal, how much of what you're asking for is principal and how much is interest? And the credit card companies, on average, for every dollar they were asking for in principal, they wanted $2 more in interest and fees that they said they were owed. Well, think about that. That means for the average family who can't pay, they'll keep making payments of $50, of $100, but they'll never pay those debts off. They will owe those debts until they die. Death will be the only form of debt discharge that they will ever see.
That's how different it is to be rich than it is to be poor, because when you're rich, the bank pays you for being rich. If you have a lot of money, they give you money because you have a lot of money. They say, you have so much money that we should give you some. Because you have a lot, you should have more. Here, take more money. Take this guy's 15, fuck him, you should have it.
The rich are getting richer. That ain't gonna change, and that ain't gonna stop.
Price for a house now for just your average Joe is $268,000. So that went up 51% from last year. So it's gone up. Everyone's been doubling their money. Like I paid $425 for my house, and we sold it for $950. It's a track house. It's not. There's nothing special. It's just a house. I mean, if the median price is $268,000, I don't know what some people are doing.